Good afternoon. So today we'll be starting NCRT Geography class 7th, and the first chapter is environment. First of all, what is environment? The place, people, things and nature that surround any living organism is called environment. Place, people, things, nature that surround any living creature, any living organism is called environment. Is called environment. Environment refers to both biotic and abiotic. Biotic means living things. Abiotic means non-living things, the things which don't have life. Now the next topic is natural environment. Land, water, air, organisms which has been made by nature are called natural environment, except the man-made, which is made by man. Now it has three parts. The first is lithosphere. Lithosphere is the solid crust of the earth. Solid crust of earth. Your top layer of the soil. Top layer of soil. Like this is the land, this will be the lithosphere. Okay. It is made up of rocks, minerals, found on the continents. This is found on the continents, and deep beneath the oceans also it is found. Lithosphere, the land portion. Now comes the hydrosphere, that is the water portion, the water area. In NCRT it is written as domain of water, the rule of water. Now comes atmosphere, that is the third part, the blanket of air which surrounds us, blanket of air that surrounds us, like the envelope of air. Now the next topic is what is ecosystem. The system of biotic and abiotic. The system of biotic means living organism, and abiotic abiotic components and the interaction between them. Like for their survivals, the biotic components will be interacting with abiotic components. That is what you call ecosystem. This interaction takes place in ecosystem. Like we are a human being, we have our own ecosystem. Means we are living in if we are living in a hostel, in a college, then the ecosystem will be our college. Now comes human environment. Humans interact with atmosphere or environment for their survival. So that is what you call human environment. Interaction of human with the environment to fulfill its need. For example, We need oxygen. So from where we will get the oxygen? From the environment. So we are interacting with the environment for the supply of oxygen. That is what you call human environment. Thank you. This is the first chapter lecture. Now we will be starting our chapter 2, that is inside our earth. What is inside our earth? The planet we live in. The earth surface contains 3 layers. The first is the crust, the uppermost layer. First, it is bifurcated into 2 parts. One is the continental crust and oceanic crust. Continental, it has a depth up to 35 kilometers and continental has 5 kilometers. The main constituents, the main minerals found in the continental crust are silica and alumina. For remembrance, we can abbreviate it as Cl. Si for silica, Al for alumina. In the continental crust, it will be silica and magnesium. It can be abbreviated as SEMA. Just beneath this crust layer, there will be the middle layer that is called mantle. It has a depth up to 2,900 kilometers. The third layer is the core. It is just like a circle with a diameter of 3,500 kilometers. It's just like this circle. It has denser materials like iron, nickel and iron. Basically it's iron and nickel, often abbreviated as Ni. Ni for nickel, Fe for iron. Now the next topic is rocks and minerals. What are rocks? They are natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth crust. Earth crust is made up of mineral mass, mineral matter. So it is called rocks. There are 3 types of rocks. The first one is igneous. Often the name itself says fire. It is so because it is produced from magma, which is just like fire, which is very much heaty. There are 2 types: intrusive, extrusive. Intrusive rocks. As we all know, rocks are formed from magma. So when magma solidifies deep inside the earth and the rocks are formed deep inside the earth, they are intrusive rocks. It is basically the basalt. It is basically the granite, so not basalt. And when magma comes out from the earth crust to the surface, that is what you call lava. Now it is called lava. Then it solidifies on the earth surface. So these rocks are formed and they are called extrusive rocks, like basalt, for example. Now the second type of rock is sedimentary. As the name itself says, sediments from deposits. These igneous rocks are eroded by water, wind, several agents. and they get deposited to a different place in the form of sediments through layering. So these sedimentary rocks are formed by deposition. Deposition of igneous rock by the agents like wind, air, water, sunlight, biological activity, chemical activity, etc. Fossil fuels, remains of plants and animals also get deposited in the form of fossils in these sedimentary rocks. In form of fossils. Now the third is metamorphic, change of state. These igneous rock and sedimentary rock under PVT. PVT stands for pressure, volume, temperature. Changes its form. They inhibit new physical and chemical properties. So they have a new characteristics. So that's the new kind of rock is formed, that is called metamorphic rock under great volume, pressure and temperature. The next topic is rock cycle. Igneous rocks, as we have known, igneous rock can be transformed into sedimentary into metamorphic can be directly transformed into igneous can be directly transformed into metamorphic can be directly transformed into igneous by melting of the rocks. So a continuous cycle, we can see that a continuous cycle is going on. So that is what we call rock cycle. Transformation of rock from one form to the other form is called rock cycle, and it changes the chemical and physical properties of rock also. Uses of rocks. Uses. The first is we can use as fuels like coal, natural gas. Second, in industries rocks can be used like nuclear plants, uranium. And uranium can also be used in electricity production, in fertilizers and different things. So that's the end of the chapter 2 inside our world of class 7 geography NCERT, and we will be meeting soon for chapter 3 and 4. Thank you.